Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 14th episode of YouTube Can Run. And this series, we are starting a new thing. We are starting YouTube Can Run Inspires, and we have a very honorable and a very accomplished athlete today. The purpose is to interview people who are very good athletes, but also very good people, and how they take athleticism and do social good. So that is going to be the entire series called YouTube Can Run Inspires. And my name is Venkatraman, in case you don't know. And our special guest today is Inspector General of Police Krishna Prakash. And YouTube Can Run is all about running, promotes running, does a lot of things. Registration, does race management for some of the best events in the country, like the Navy Half Marathon, etc. And we are partnered with GTFF, Get That Fit Feeling, which has got Shamal and Sharmila and as our partners in doing what is called as the Sanman Run. So so uh, please welcome Shamal and Sharmila, both from Get That Fit
Hi.
Feeling, and together we are doing Sanman Run to see that the police people who have passed away due to COVID, it is like any act of terrorism. It's like an act of terrorism.
Very true,
While
very true.
deporting us, they have been, this. So the purpose of Sanman Run is to honor them. We have been, lucky enough to get money. People have also supported us, others are supporting us, and we have been able to give 4 checks to 4 widows of, policemen who have, passed away. And with a few words, hi Shamal, hi Sharmila,
Hi, sir.
hi.
Good
Thank you
evening.
very much for being here, and thank you for being part of the event. And IG Krishna Prakash is also there on his seat, and
Okay.
we will
We
welcome
want to
him.
say hi to him.
Okay.
Hello,
Krishna
how are
Prakash,
you
Hello,
good
doing?
evening.
sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing? How? Hi Shamila, hi Simon, hi everyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So, um, for those who do not know him, and there will be very few who do not know him, Krishna Prakash is an eminent policeman. He doesn't look it, but I was doing some back end research, and he's almost nearing 50. I don't know if he has crossed 50, but I couldn't find that. But he's nearing 50. Doesn't look that age at all, and that is what happens to people who exercise regularly. He holds a very senior position in Maharashtra Police. He is from the 1988 IPS cadre of the police, and distinguished service, distinguished track record, distinguished as an athlete. Very honored to have you, sir, with us today on the first edition of YouTube Can Run Inspires.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So while we will go into your background and your this, I believe that your father was also in the police, and you went into the police as a career, probably drawing inspiration from your father. So we want people who are of integrity, above par, to join the forces, because if you don't have good police, if you don't have good navy, how will we have good governance in the country? So what led you to become a policeman?
Of course, what you have said, my father was always my role model. Until date, though he is not alive, he is my role model. Uh, as he was very upright and very forthright also in his approach, uh, and then he was very devoted and dedicated towards his duties and services. So he carved a niche for himself while he was the in charge of the police stations and then DYSPs of the areas, divisions. He was always having very great reputation. But at the same time, he suffered a lot because of his honesty, integrity, and forthrightness.
Mm-hmm.
And and many a times he has to go through ordeals because of the the wrong seniors and others. So that was what happened with him. Uh, of course, my father wanted that one among us, out of three brothers, should become an IPS officer, Indian Police Services officer, And luckily, and by grace of God and by His blessings and by my parent blessings and good wishes of others, I could become an IPS officer. But as a matter of fact, the turning point for me to become a civil servant was was an interesting journey, an interesting incident also, because I always used to fight for the cause, be it in school, be it in college, and be it in society, be it in mohalla or all. Once my neighbor wanted to erect a compound wall around the public commonwealth, and I disputed that. I countered him, and my examinations, 12th examination, was just ahead of that. You know, so only 1 month was left actually
Okay.
to prepare for the 12th examinations, the final examinations. But unfortunately, when I intervened, then the local superintendent of police, who was an IPS officer,
Okay.
and DYSP came, and they tried to threaten me, convince me, but as I was right, I didn't succumb. Later on, after a week or so, I was picked up from the playing ground where I was playing cricket, and I was asked to confess some or the other crime which I have never done.
Done.
So it was an ordeal for me. I was kept throughout the night in the police station itself. I was tortured, and when I came out, when they realized that nothing is going to happen, and they were knowing that my father is a police officer and he is DYSP in Munger, so they finally relieved me. And in the morning, I took some stones in my bag, and I wanted to kill the inspector who picked me up. But my father, who was posted away, was informed that this incident has taken place, and he rushed back. And when he came and he found me outside the police station, he checked me, and he realized that I'm in a mm, in a fit of rage. So he tried to calm me down, and he told me that there is no answer of one wrong is another wrong. So you
Right.
should adopt something different. So I told him I am not in the mindset right now to do anything else. So my father sent me back to my village where we are having landed property. I dropped my 12th examination. I worked there with Nehru Yuva Kendra. I worked as the editor of the Nehru Yuva Kendra magazine, and I start working for erection of for founding of Nehru Yuva Kendras in different villages in and around my village, Korambe. And after 1 year, I appeared for the 12th science examination as an outsider. But then I thought I must become an IPS officer, and
Okay.
I should protect the innocent people from being victimized on behest of some or the other people or some or the other correction. So that is why I started preparing for civil services since then. I opted after doing 12th science, I opted for humanities. I took history major, and
Mm-hmm.
thereafter I appeared for the civil services taking that subject. Uh, and after becoming a civil servant, after becoming an IPS officer, I always worked for upholding the rule of law, for giving justice to the victims and innocents, and I always took all the criminals, however powerful he may be, to the task. And
Good.
till date, I'm doing the same. Whenever I'm in the field, I always never succumb
Yes, sir.
any pressure. And
Right.
uh, without fear and favor, I work in the favor of justice. So that is what was my real inspiration and real actually turning point to become an IPS officer.
Sir, fantastic
Okay.
story, fantastic very this. We will go into an athletic part because that is what we are interested in. We are all athletes here, all are runners here. But there is one aspect of your career that I wanted to touch upon before we go there. When you were in a certain posting, you saw that a lot of families were going into gambling debts and committing suicides because of this one-digit lottery, which is like matka, as this. And it started taking a lot of action. What was legal because it was permitted by the government was still made into an illegal kind of thing, and it took a lot of action. What prompted you? Because this, for me, when I heard about this story of yours, for me it meant that you are not there to do just work as an officer, but also to do social good, and which is what the purpose of YouTube Can Run and Sanman Run is to do social good. This, and you took it upon all the lottery people. So we would like to hear something about what happened and what motivated you to take that action against a single digit electronic lottery where players who are like matka.
Yeah, it is very true. Actually, when I was SP Buldhana,
Ah,
many people came to me that you have stopped all the matka gambling, all the illegal activities was halted totally in my jurisdiction. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, this lottery, which was permitted by the government also, and
Okay.
perceived to be permitted by the government, so no one was taking action against them. And in the garb of single digit and weekly lotteries, they were the multiple digit weekly lotteries. They were sponsoring single digit lotteries, and that was daily being drawn every 15 minutes with lot of lacunae, and actually transgressing all the rules and regulation, violating all the rules and regulation under Lottery Regulation Act 1998. So I researched on that. I came to know that several people are committing suicide. Students are playing because the chances are more when
Right.
you have the nine digits only before you. Even even a novice, even a child, even a rickshaw puller, even uh, a grocery shopkeeper, or anyone whose daily income is very less, they used to go and play for making their
Luck.
checking their luck,
Yeah.
you know. But unfortunately, they all were losing because it is lotteries are meant for losing. Not no one gains in that, particularly in such lotteries which are so lucrative and so attractive. It appears prima facie. So when I researched all those things, I conducted raids at several places in link with the Buldhana district cases, and more than 74 or 75 cases were registered right from
Oh.
right from district Buldhana to
Mm-hmm.
Nagpur, to Akola, to Amravati, to Aurangabad, Pune, Mumbai, Mira Bhayandar, at all places. Even lottery commissioner office was part of that case. And then finally, the government realized that this is wrongly being pursued, and because of that, they finally decided to stop even the state lottery. But otherwise, the out-state lotteries were also being sponsored here in the garb of the same thing, and the state lottery was also doing the same under the garb of multiple digit weekly lotteries. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so actually, I I thought that lottery department's work was to support the government cause. All lotteries are illegal, but only those lottery can be sponsored by the government itself for a purpose of the welfare of the common people, like making a hospital or making something which is needed for the common people. So only for
Right.
that purpose, lotteries were allowed, and all the money should go in the exchequer of the government. And instead thereof, money was going to the private hands, and only some receipts were being paid to the government. Even some lottery sponsors were not paying to the government even single penny. So the the small savings and lottery department, which was one and the same at that point of time, was actually taking away the small savings of the poor and marginalized people. So,
Mm-hmm.
if and because of the action of all, this could now be stopped, and no such online illegal lotteries are running today. And government took decision, of
Yeah.
course, after that, when I
Mm-hmm.
brought to the notice of the government. At the same time, the lottery owners, or the lottery bulk agents, those so-called alleged lottery bulk agents, challenged me in different courts of law. Matlab High Court
Oh,
Aurangabad, High Court Nagpur, High Court Mumbai. I was running pillar to post, and they were they were paying hugely to all the big counsels and advocates, and in my case, in my favor, only my affidavit was there. So, but fortunately, and because of the high court judges, they judged it wisely, and they said if there is anything legal going on, police should not commit or conduct any raids. But we cannot stop police from taking legal action if anything contrary to the rules is being done. So that's why the
Right.
lot could be stopped, and many people could save their small savings. Otherwise, they could have been bereft of their hard earned money.
very good, sir. Very, very
Right.
laudable
So
social
nice.
cause
Yeah.
that you have taken up. Coming to your this as an athlete, I mean, we know we'll go into individually into your ultra man, Iron Man, and a race against the West, a race across the West. Okay, but before we go into the specific events, were you an athlete? I mean, you were born in a small town, and people in small town are not couch potatoes. They lead a very active life. How much of that shaped you as an athlete, and in the kind of role that you have been in all the time, it is so easy for people to say, no, I don't have the time to run, I don't have the people time to train. It is so easy. And you too can run is about saying that no, you can be as busy as Krishna Prakash, but you can still find time to run and compete in events. Okay, so what inspired you to become an athlete?
Very true that I belong to small town that is called Hazaribagh, and it is everyone knows everyone else over there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is of course the headquarter of North Chotanagpur area. It is hilly area, the Canary Hills, the dams, the Tilaiya Dam, the Chadwa Dam. There's so many dams are there. So there were a lot of such activities you can do for fun, because there were no competition on these things on that at that point of time. Of course, I have been born and brought up with the Aborigines of Jharkhand plateau, and that's why endurance is in my mud and blood. But I never, I never actually participated in any sport as a sports person during my schooling or during my college days. I always participated in sporting activities as fun, I played kabaddi, I played football, I played basketball, I played even cricket. I was in my school team of kabaddi. I was in school team of basketball. So I did many things. I used to do high jump, but not as a champion. I never thought to become a champion. I was rather studious student, but still I participated in runs, etc., etc., but not to become a champion, and I never tried to become a champion. You know, so it was only for fun. Actually, I used to go on every Sundays. I used to sneak out from my house and go to the Canary Lake or Canary Hill, running on the Canary Hill or swimming on the Canary Lake was very enjoyable for me. I used to spend hours together over there. Uh, Many people, when I got through civil services, surprised that this boy who used to swim for 8 hours in the Canary Lake, how can he got through the civil services? So of course, I did it for fun, and I was not doing it technically correct fashion. I was doing it just for enjoyment. I was staying, I was resting in the water and all, but I never. So that helped me when I went for Iron Man and Ultraman in open water. I had no fear. Of course, I could not swim as fast as the Western people actually swim. I have not learned those techniques. Actually, till date, I have to improve a lot so far as swimming, cycling, etc. are concerned because I have picked these things very late, you know. But you will surprise to know the for the first time I practiced on a road bike only 3 months before the Ironman competition. Before that, I never rode on a road bike. I only rode on a cycle during my school and college time, and that
Oh,
was the simple cycle. It was not with gears and not with cleats. So I picked it up only when I decided to become an Ironman. But of course, I was always interested in doing physical activities. Even though I was very busy in my studies, I used to enjoy run. I used to enjoy swimming. I used to cycle and go to the college and school to attend my school and college. So that is the fact. That is what the small town teaches you. So that is one thing. But of course, my younger brother was a good sportsman. He was champion of the school and university. My elder cousin was a champion, overall champion of the college and university. And because they were pole vaulter, high jumper, good runners, etc., they used to participate in such events. My own elder brother also was a very good tennis and badminton player. But I never took any sporting activity as competitive thing. Before I joined in Mumbai as a civil servant, as an IPS officer, additional CP South region, and for the first time, I ran my first half marathon while I was doing the duty of securing then Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon. Actually. So it
oh,
all
interesting.
started very late in 2013. For the first time, I ran half marathon and without any practice. So, but before that, I must tell you that when I was in academy, I was the runner-up of yoga. I was the runner-up of swimming, overall swimming, and I was the runner-up of cross-country run. And other sporting activities, I could not participate because I have hurt my legs badly while doing visual uh, obstacle race. So I hurt my legs so I could not participate in the final athletic championships. But in other events, I became runner-up of yoga, swimming, as well as cross-country run. So endurance, I was knowing that it is there in me. And wherever I stayed, for an example, I was in Malegaon. I used to run up to Rokloba Hanuman Mandir just for fun. It was 7 kilometers. I used to run when I was in Nanded. I used to run to the Mandir near airport from uh, my residence at police headquarters at Wazirabad. So that is a fact that I always used to do both the things simultaneously, doing my duty
Mm-hmm.
very sincerely and very uprightly uh, for the common people, for upholding the rule of law. But at the same time, I was enjoying my run, my swimming, my cycling. I started very late. I have already told you that I have started in 2017 itself. Thank you.
Very good, sir. Sir, you have known to have done three major events. You did the Ironman in Vichy, France, and you got within a 3.86 kilometers of swim, cycling 180 kilometers, 42 kilometers run in a timing of 14 hours and 8 minutes as against the normal 17 hours. Then you did the Ultraman, 10 kilometer swim, 421 kilometers cycling. I mean, it's like Bombay Pune three times, ran 84 kilometers, and you did that within 34 hours and 21 minutes. And lastly, you did the
Awesome.
race across West, which is in the western part of the US, which is 928 miles, which is about 1400 kilometers, and you very narrowly missed getting the podium finish for being the rookie under the age of 50 just because you took some rest somewhere in between and somebody was very much far behind you overtook you and he went ahead. I mean, these are fantastic accomplishments and there are many runners here. This is not to play one against the other, but Milind Soman is known for having done all this, but Sir's timing is better than Milind Soman's by at least an hour in most cases. Though both are of the same age group, and we runners always like to brag about our timing. Okay, so that is why I'm mentioning this, not to play one against the other. Both are very eminent personalities. But sir, coming back to the race against, race across the West, two questions. You had a fantastic crew to support you. You had Amit Sarmat from Nagpur, who's a very good cyclist himself. You are the crew captain. You had Arvind Bujwe from Pune to support you, who has been a crew support for so many ultra events. And you have Valve,
True.
Irvit Valve from Hubli, who is also a very good cyclist, and there. So you had a very good crew. You are trained well. You are doing well, but you decided to take a break, and you lost your podium. So how did you feel about it? How did you reconcile to that fact?
The I though I never regret, but because actually I have asked from the God or from my subconscious that I should finish it, because if I finish that, I could have finished that, or as I finish that, I would become the first Indian to do race across West America. So
Right.
no one has done or participated till date in race across West America. They participated for RAM, but not for race across West America, because this is the dead zone. If once you cross the dead zone, you can finish the race again, race across America. So because it is basically the 900 kilometers of arid zone of Sonora and Mojave deserts without any vegetation, and temperature ranging from 48 degree to 53 degree centigrade. And after that, you have to go into the salt and sea region, which is below sea level. And then you have to climb up to the Rocky Mountains and a gradual ascent of 56,000 feet. So it was all very difficult. Initially, also, you start from the uh, California's ocean side, uh, and when you have to climb up to glass elevator, but at least weather was better over there till you are in California region. But
Mm-hmm.
after you climb up to the glass elevator and you drop down to Sonora and Mojave deserts of Arizona and Utah region, it is almost very difficult to pass through. So any cyclist who participates in RAM actually faces this difficulty over there. And I had not practiced much before going there, though I practiced smartly but not much, because when I was practicing there in Borango Spring, I met some people also practicing over there, and one of them asked that how much you have practiced in last 3 months. So I told him I practiced for around 3,000 kilometers. So he
Mm-hmm.
told me he was surprised and shocked that after doing only 3,000 kilometers in last 3 months, you are trying to do this difficult and arduous Herculean task of completing 1,500 kilometers in such a difficult area. So
Right.
you should not you should leave this, you should quit this. But as I told him also that I have tried my best to do the cycling in the similar weather. I practiced in Nagpur, where the temperature was around 48 degrees centigrade. When President came in Nagpur, or Prime Minister came in Nagpur, I went there. I practiced with Amit Samarth over there. And Arvind Vij were there over there. When Prime Minister came to Nandurbar or Dhulia or Latur, I I took my cycle over there. After finishing my task, I cycled back to Mumbai. So I have practiced in such weather, which helped me to sustain over there. But
Mm-hmm.
of course, uh, I in such dry heat, in my some internal parts were hurt badly, and there were several rashes and cuts, and that's why when I discussed with my doctor, he told me that you should quit. But I thought quitting is not in my nature, and I continued. Uh, when at the last leg, I was only away 50 kilometers away. I thought I have almost finished, and it was so cold over there when you were at the top of that area of Colorado, where when you drop down, you reach to the mecca of cycling, that is called Durango. So I thought I should take some rest. My crew members told me not to take rest and finish it because there is only 40 to 50 kilometers left. I told them my members of family supported me all through, and I should not go wrong, and I should not crash somewhere because it was dark, very dark, and very, very cold. And I thought if I will not take rest, I am exhausted. And no one was knowing that I am there in the ranking. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the reason no one could tell me that if you will stop here, you will lose the
Miss.
rank.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so that unawareness of the crew members as well as of mine, though crew members tried to push me, but they never told me, which could have given me a kick of
True.
wearing my national flag as a podium finisher. So that
Yeah.
kick I could not get, but I never regret. I will get another chance, and I will do
Yes.
RAM, and I will try to become a podium finisher.
आत- आता
Very good.
थांबायचं नाही. आता थांबायचं नाही.
नक्की आता थांबायचं नाही.
Sir, coming to the social good that you do for the police, we know that we know that the police are in the front line, and there are a lot of martyrs. I think the latest count is 98 or something in Maharashtra who have passed away because of this. And you are organizing the Suryasana on August 15th. So can you share something about what the event is and what is the purpose of the event?
I must tell that with heavy heart, I must tell that my more than 10,000 plus police personnel have been affected uh, by corona while saving others, uh, while working in containment areas, while working on roads as traffic policemen, while working in isolation centers, COVID centers, etc., etc. So my people are getting affected in very large number. And I also must say that more than 107 till date has succumbed to this. They have sacrificed their lives while fighting as frontline khaki corona warriors. So that's why we thought that we should go for something which can help our people uh, identifying their ailments in advance, particularly this in this pandemic times, in testing times. Uh, you know that mostly if our police personnel are fit, then they never succumb to this corona. Only those people succumb to this corona who were COVID, who having comorbidity or overage and not fit. So just a minute. So uh, I thought it would be better that we should provide them with some gear and we should have some dashboard on which we can check their parameters as well as the direction from the the Ayush Ministry regarding Surya Namaskar, Pranayam, Suchma Vyayam, and this yoga stretching is there. The direction, the advisory, the guidelines we have received. So accordingly, we have done and we have complied with all the advisories except this yogashan thing, yogasan and suryasana and surya namaskar thing. So and pranayam thing. So we have actually jointly with the help of Yoga Institute have launched a Suryasana movement in which we are appealing to the people to participate in this Suryasana movement,
Hmm.
donate a band to your khaki corona warriors and get a band also. While if you pay 3,500, the band's cost is 4,000 and 6,000, but you get a band and you give a band to your brethren, to your brothers in khaki or brothers and sisters in khaki. And then if it can be preempted that they are suffering from something serious, we can get them admitted as early as possible and they will be cured. Because mostly when they are detected late or report late, because policemen and women are having this habit of ignoring their health problems. They always do for others, but they never think of themselves. And that's why they come to know about their ailments very, very late,
Later, yeah.
and then the cytokine storms takes place or the lungs is fully affected, and then it is very difficult to help them out from there. And if they are healthy also, then it is difficult. They can fight it, but for that we want to give this band of friendship from the public to the police, and they also in return get that band, one band for themselves. So this is why we have started Suryasana movement, and in which we give the correct form of different asanas teaching directly online, and that you can get through the links if you are registered with us. So thank you very much. You have asked about the Suryasana movement, which is an interesting movement because Yogashna, Suryasana, etc., is our own thing, is old thing, which can help us maintain our health and body fitness. Actually,
Right.
I ran 90 kilometers, raced the Comrade Legend. I had no practice, but only I did Suryasana or Surya Namaskar every day with some pranayam.
Oh,
That helped
wow.
me in completing this virtual Race the Comrade Legend on 14 June. I ran in Mumbai itself, and I could complete it in 11 hours 51 minutes.
Wow.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. Sir,
Wow.
simultaneously, you two can run and get that fit found, fit feeling. We are also organizing the Sanman Run, and as you may be aware, we have been able to give checks of 10,000 rupees each, and 4 videos I've already got, and we are looking for 3 more names. And from the way the registrations are coming, and we have got very good this. From the way the registrations are coming, we should be able to give 10,000 rupees check to at least 40, 50 people, 40, 50 widows of families. So we want you to share your thoughts about the Sanman Run.
Yes, if you are giving respect to your policemen who are out there for your safety, your security, and without fear, they are facing this problem of corona, which is unforeseen enemy, which no one can fight directly. So, in this situation where everyone fear to go, police people are going everywhere,
Right.
right from hospitals, right from containment areas, right from right, every place where the corona can can be corona can affect them or infect them, but they are not afraid of going over there. They have sent their families back home. They have not gone to their to meet their families since very long. They are not now hugging their child, their children. They're seeing them from distance. They're not meeting them. They are they have told them that I may survive or may not survive. I have to work for the state or for the nation, and they have sent them back to their respective rural areas. So many of them are fighting the cause of the people in this unforeseen circumstances uh, during this corona pandemic. But uh, if we are giving respect to them, to our comrades, to our police personnel, you are giving respect
Right.
to the humanity, the selfless service,
Right.
because if and 107 of them have already sacrificed their life till date
Right.
while fighting corona, as in their active line of duty. So, of course, many more than 8,000 has returned back and again serving the people. So, this is what is the spirit of the police department. So, many a
Right.
times, police is taken in bad light, seen in bad light, but this time, because every person has seen the hard work of the police
Right, sir.
image has increased multifold. This is the time to give them respect, to pay them respect, and this is the way to pay them respect
Right.
by by running. By running means by taking some pain for yourself, and by giving our policemen something. So that
Right.
is a very good idea by
Yeah.
whole group of you two can run, and uh, some you two can run, as well as Sharmila, as well as Saman, and as well as the whole team is supporting this cause. I'm really thankful to them. I salute them that they are saluting our martyrs. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Yeah.
Sir, there is a before we let you go and ask you for your last words, I just wanted to say that there is one photograph that should go everywhere and every citizen must see it. That photograph shows 3 or 4 doctors wearing PPE kits, and along with them, they are going in Dharavi. The policemen are only wearing a mask. That photograph is the same as the army jawan in the Siachen glacier who is
True.
very ill equipped to fight the snow and the battle. So the police also are very very ill equipped, and even then they have gone in the line of duty. I think there's a fantastic determination, patriotism, line of civil service, and this cannot come unless there is a lot of direction and motivation from the top. And before we let you go, we want you to share some last words. All our runners here, we are trying to run. We are trying to stay fit. We are trying to do good for the policeman. We are all trying to collect some money. So, any last words from you before we let you go for the day?
And your poem also.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, of course. I forgot about that.
Uh,
Yes.
So I must say that the policemen, we try to give them best of the facilities, best of the hospitals, but so far as PPE is concerned, it can be used for a little time. So doctors use it for a little time and thereafter they throw it. Okay. In case of police people, they have to wear it throughout the day, which is not possible
Yeah.
in Maharashtra's climatic condition. So
Right.
initially we tried to give them PPE, but they were unable to be in that humid condition throughout the day. So we decided that we should go ahead with these masks and hand gloves and sanitizers and whatever the
Mm-hmm.
things which can be made them which whatever best we can make them available. So we try to do all the things from our department or from the government side, but still you can surely say that even after knowing that we can be affected or and infected by corona, we never turned our back. We took it
True.
from the front. We led from the front, all the policemen. So thank you very, very much for the respect you are paying for my police personnel, my brethren. Thank you very much. So far as the last word you are asking to speak from my side, I would like to say that our policemen are the in the khaki are actually doing the great work. They are sacrificing their life, their own time for the purpose of people safety and security. Of course, we have chosen that. Uh, so, but every single citizen of this country is contributing in their own way to fight this COVID and Corona. Uh, and that's why I would like to recite my poem that you people are having your own strength. I believe that every person is having strong
True.
nerves, stronger muscles, and the strongest mind.
Right.
But, and more than ever, you have imagined that how strong you are. But the most important thing I want to convey to my people and to all the countrymen, all the persons who are listening me, that you need to have a passionate, brave heart. then only you can find time to pursue your hobbies, your good things, your work, whatever you want to do. So it is the same I would like to say for to all of you, that you can also create inspirational history if you want to, but you need to have an iron will. मेरी कविता के माध्यम से मैं आपको संदेश देना चाहता हूं कि मैं निशब्द रहकर भी संवाद रचता हूं। मैं निशब्द रहकर भी, हम निशब्द रहकर भी संवाद रचते हैं। जहां घोर निराशा है वही विश्वास रचते हैं। अंत जहां होता वहीं से नई शुरुआत रचते हैं। अंत जहां होता वहीं से नई शुरुआत रचते हैं। गर्दिश में रहकर भी हम सच्चे ख्वाब रचते हैं। हम धरती की मिट्टी से अनंत आकाश रचते हैं। हम हौसलों के दम पे नए परवाज रचते हैं। हर शाम ढलने पर नया प्रभात रचते हैं। हम घनघोर अंधेरे में भी आफताब रचते हैं। हम घनघोर अंधेरे में भी आफताब रचते हैं। हर शाम ढलने पर नया प्रभात रचते हैं। हम आम होकर भी कुछ खास रचते हैं। हर कदम पर हम नया इतिहास रचते हैं।
क्या बात
So you are going to create an inspirational history, as Swami Vivekananda
Yes.
has rightly said. Our countrymen should have the nerves of steel,
Yes.
the muscles of iron, and the minds of thunderbolt. But if we need to have, if we need to have a, a, a inspiration in the mind of the people, then we need to have an iron will. So that will is required to pursue your healthy habits, your running, and your endurance sporting activities. And it is like being in a rhythm.
Right.
It is like listening music. You know, once you have, you will get all the kicks which you have never
Yes.
get earlier
Yes.
if you are pursuing this habit.
Very true.
Healthy also,
Yes.
but you have to understand your body, mind, and soul. You
Very
will be
true.
in unison with the universe when you are pursuing the endurance sports, be it running,
Very true.
cycling, or swimming. Most of the
Very true.
poem I write regarding this tough conditions, it comes into my mind while running, cycling, or swimming. So, so my dear
Very
friends,
nice.
uh,
Yes.
can be in that rhythm, that musical
Yes.
condition, you know. And as in Gita, it has been rightly said that the Dehi means the soul which is inside your body, and the Purush means the God which is in the nature, which is in the universe,
Yeah.
are one and the same, but it meets only it meets only the both meet only when we do with passion.
Right.
So that passion is required, and
Yes.
you can do it, and you too
Yes.
can run, and you too can participate in this event.
Yeah.
Both the events, be it Sanman Run, be it Suryasana Movement, for giving a band, contributing a band to a police department personnel, and getting a band for yourself for your health
True.
fitness parameters,
Yeah.
which also uh, gives the temperature of your body all the time, so as you can know that and also gives the pulse rate, the blood pressure, etc., etc. So that will help you also at the same time. Thank you very much, my all the friends,
Yes. Thank you,
and
sir.
thank you for calling me on this webinar. Thank you very
Yes.
much, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, that was awesome. I think it went off beautifully. Uh, Shamal, Sharmila, what do you say?
Yeah. We wanted to just tell him one thing, but maybe he just left. So.
What is that? This is going to be recorded. You'll still see it.
In fact, Shamal wanted to invite him for 100. Shamal is doing 100 kilometers on his birthday. So.
Okay. He's there. He's there. I'll bring him back in.
Yeah.
Sir, Shamal wants to say something to you.
Yeah, Samuel, tell me.
Hi, sir. Sir, we wanted to invite you. We are doing 100 kilometers on your birthday in Pune.
On 15th August?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you very, very much. I will definitely come over and I will participate with you. But I must thank P. Venkatraman, sir, for his for excellent moderating and at the same time for asking such questions which many people were unaware of.
Right.
My other part of personality. So, thank you very much, P. Venkatraman, sir. Thank you very much. Jai
Thank you,
Hind.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Our honor to
Thank
have
you,
you, sir,
sir.
on our platform. Thank you, sir.
Jai Hind, Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir.
That was nice, Sharmila. That was nice. Shamal, very nice thing. I mean, I hope I can also come. I have not run in Pune for a long time, but
Yes, you should
I
also
don't know how much.
join. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not 100 kilometers, maybe it's not 21 kilometers or something like that. I'll definitely try to make it a day trip. We'll keep in connected, and I will come and I'll run. I have not come to Pune for a long time. I'll meet my old running friends, my business associates, and definitely I'll try to do it. We'll keep connected over it.
Yes,
Sure.
sir.
Okay, so good. So thank you, Shamal. Thank you, Sharmila, for
Thank
being
you,
along.
thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
And I think it
Thank
went
you,
out very
Venkat,
well.
sir.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thanks a lot. There are
Bye.
a lot of
Bye.
chats, and Anil, Amit Yadav, Ruhi Singh, Meneka. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you all
Platform, Anil
GTFF.
Pansal,
Yeah.
Shekhar Kulkarni from Vasai. Thank you, everybody. We looked at your chats, but there was no room for questions. He had only 45 minutes, but he went beyond his 45 minutes. And
We'll call him again. We will call him again, sir.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Bye,
Bye.
sir.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.